Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Crypto, Coffee and LoFi. Just continuing on from yesterday's episode. If you haven't seen that, make sure to go and check it out. So, what I explained in yesterday's video is that we're reaching into resistance on Ethereum and Bitcoin right above some equal highs. What we don't want to see is distribution being one broken base inside of another. A broken base just being similar to a head and shoulders pattern. So, thankfully, we didn't see any break in structure. We swept above the highs, but we didn't break below this low. And now it looks like we're actually reaccumulating. So reaccumulating above highs or at previous resistance now turn support is a good sign, okay? So this is what I would like to see for us to continue on this session. Remove this. And we do have these equal highs up here. So this is a great example of how I react to a market rather than trying to predict it. So obviously you should go into your day having a plan, having an idea of how you're going to react. But it's important not to be married to a bias or, you know what I mean? Like, if the market starts changing, you should change with the market. I'm not saying I'm flipping bull. I'm just saying these equal highs were my original target, and I was anticipating a sell-off after that. But now that we are reaccumulating, or we may start to reaccumulate here, let's see if the pattern forms, then we can look for further upside objectives. Now, what happens once we reach these upside objectives is another story. So will we distribute here, or will we continue to accumulate? Okay, keeping in mind we do have all of these equal highs up here. Alright, so this will be the plan for today, at least. Remembering also, I tend to only take shorter term positions. That's where my edge is. The strategy can be used on the higher time frames, but I personally like to take shorter term positions. Alright, so this is why I like to do these videos every day. I'll point out my targets, I'll point out exactly how I'm going to execute the trade, point out my invalidations, etc. So ETH, if we can break above this high and then form a lower time frame confirmation here, then we should be good for a move up into these equal highs. Bitcoin. Not the nicest price action here on the lower time frames, but we are consolidating right below this resistance here. So generally what that means is that we are getting ready for another leg up. Now we do have these equal highs here, right here, and now these are equal highs as well. And then we do have this daily level that I was pointing out in yesterday's episode. So I'm not seeing any clear setup here. Oh, actually. I might take this actually. See, we have a sweep of equal lows. Break above the high that swept the lows. This is our first confirmation, our first broken base. Another sweep. Another break above. I do think we've missed the entry here, though. But either way, this would be good to rehash on tomorrow, if it plays out. So here, sweeping lows, breaking above, returning, sweeping below these equal lows, forming the same pattern again, breaking above, returning, forming the same pattern again. Now, this candle closed and then this retest would have been the entry if you were here watching. So I'm not sure if I'll enter now, but either way, accumulation and consolidation below or just below resistance generally means we're going to break up above it. So rather than just covering Bitcoin and Ethereum, especially for these quicker episodes, I decided it's going to be a good idea to cover an alt as well. Alright, so we've just seen our entry. So we have these equal highs here, again consolidating and accumulating above resistance. So I'd like to see an hourly close above here. If we can get that, then we should be good to take this high and take these highs. We do have this, however. a sweep of this high, a break below. So if we do start to redistribute somewhere inside of this range here, then I'll probably look to get out my long position. That's if we get the entry trigger here. In some of my other videos, if you go back and look at the tutorials, one of them is for picking targets, and I explain the importance of choosing targets that are inside of the current range rather than outside of the current range. So, for example, let's say here's our first breaking base here, and let's say on the lower time frames we saw another entry somewhere inside here. An outside range objective would be targeting above this high as it lies outside of this range, but an inside range objective would be this bearish broken base here, the high, or the low, sorry, that was responsible for taking the high. And when you really think about it, this is just the smarter way to enter and exit positions, or to exit your position, sorry. Because now, rather than hoping that resistance gets broken, rather than hoping that we make a new high, we are targeting inside the range. No worries, so I think that's pretty much it. Looking for lower time frame entries unless we start to break structure. What we don't want to see on ETH, if we do break up above this high and then break below this low here, that wouldn't be a good sign. If we get something like that, then I would say that we're going to take out these lows and at least revisit this high here. I doubt that's going to happen, but it could happen. So once we break above, I'll be looking for more confirmations here. If we don't get them and we start to drop off, break below this low, expect this level to be tested. Bitcoin consolidating and accumulating. It looks like we missed our long entry here, but either way, I'm thinking this high and these highs here. Really, the stronger resistance will be at this daily level. If we can break above this daily level, fall back inside the range that took us above the high, and then reaccumulate, like I pointed out in yesterday's episode, then we should be good for another leg up. Alright guys, if you enjoyed that, like, comment, subscribe. If you're interested in the way I trade, or the way I'm analyzing the charts, click the link in the description below, pick up a copy of the strategy, get access to a Discord. You can see all my live trades, ask me questions. We have, I think, almost 300 people in there now, all trading the exact same strategy, the exact same way. So yeah, no dramas guys, have a good one.